Hello everyone and welcome back to Shri FC. I hope you all are well and you're good. It's so good to be back again, but again as always with a loss. And again, I don't know how many times I'll do a 5 things learned from a Chelsea defeat. That's been the norm of the season. So before I start, do hit the like button and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I'll talk about Manchester City, the good things for them, Chelsea, and overall a combined 5 things learned for both the clubs today. And most of them has to be on Chelsea with the way we are going this season. So, the first thing we learned in this game was Lewis Hall. I think Manchester City fans will also agree he was one of the best Chelsea players on the pitch, and the guy is a very good young talent. The guy is naturally a midfielder. He has to play at the left side. He had a very good start to the season under Graham Potter, but then for no reason Graham Potter has always throws him out of the squad, doesn't play him, and after that, after 3 months at least, he comes back into the side against Bournemouth and against plays really well. This is a very talented young guy. Yes, he still has some defensive flaws because my guy is not a left back. He was a midfielder who was played at left back because a left back this season has been absolutely shite. Ben Chilwell injured for this whole season. Marc Cucurella, I still will give him time. He's a new signing, but he has been absolutely shite the whole season. And Lewis Hall was a bright prospect. He had played well against Manchester City in the Carabao Cup match as well. And again, he was a very good player. He was offensively very good. He was carrying the ball well. He was our only offensive threat with somewhat Raheem Sterling and had a very good performance. And that only shows with Ian Maatsen coming back, Colwill, Gusto and Kuku. We still have players like Wesley Fofana, Badiashile. The future of Chelsea is good and that is very good to see. The guy is very talented and Pochettino hopefully develops him the way he used to do at Tottenham and develops these young guys because Chelsea future is bright. We just need a leader and a manager that can guide them and develop them. The second thing we learned is Manchester City are the best side in Europe. They can literally rotate 9 players and still play the way they do. Yes, it was Chelsea who are absolutely bad team right now, but the Manchester City football, the way they play just never goes away, whatever the players they play. In this game, they played J Alvarez and my guy, what a signing for 18 million. People like to throw shade at Manchester City for the spending and somewhat, but nobody sees their own mirror and their own club. My club Chelsea has splashed millions and money like Manchester City, but we are in no position like City because our spending has been shite. Spending 100 million Lukaku, spending 35 on Drinkwaters, but we could not go and sign players like Alvarez and scout them. That's our mistake. You go towards Manchester United, splash millions and millions, and it's only now under Ten Hag they're looking somewhat stable. So sometimes rather than criticizing someone for spending, we should praise how scouting they do. And Manchester City are still one of the best run club in Europe. Whether it's mentality, winning 5 titles in 6 years is insane. Winning 3 Premier Leagues in a row is insane. That mentality. The players sometimes go, I'm bored of winning the Premier League. I don't want to win it. But the mentality. Pep Guardiola, the best manager in the world, the way he gets his players up for every match, that has to be praised. And the way they scout players, the way they bring players, Rico Lewis, what a talent they are producing. Phil Foden, you go towards the midfield. Calvin Phillips has not had a good season, but at City, it always takes you a year to settle. It took time for Grealish to settle, and I believe Calvin Phillips will come good for City by next year. And then you go on towards the other things in the team. It's just a magnificent team. Ortega is a good keeper as well, and that's a very good team. Coming on to Frank Lampard, and I'm sorry, I love Super Frank. As a player, he's one of my favorite. As a manager, I have no qualm. I will have nothing bad to say because I love him to bits. But as a manager right now, in this interim run, whether he doesn't like the players, whether the season was already over, whether the players don't listen to him, but it doesn't care for the Chelsea's future. I expected Super Frank when he came here to give young players chances, to play some good football, to show some players the discipline, what it means to play for Chelsea. But so far, he has been playing senior players after senior players who will be going at the end of the season. He hasn't given chances to Chukwuemeka. Against Manchester City, when we have nothing to lose, why you drop Madueke and play 3-5-2 formation? Absolute defensive formation against beast team Manchester City. Keep on playing Gallagher, who I love, but then why you keep dropping Madueke? Why no chances to Mudryk? Why no chances to Chukwuemeka? Why it took you so much time to bring Lewis Hall into the team? That is a question we need to ask Frank Lampard. Why it took him so much time to bring Badiashile in, who is sadly now injured? Why? We thought you were going to supposed to play good football, develop the players that you did in the last reign at Chelsea. Yes, he might not be a very top manager. He might not be a good manager, but in the last reign at Chelsea, he was responsible to bringing Mount, James, Billy Gilmer, and I expected the same, and it's sad to see Frank did not do that. Coming on to Akanji, and Akanji for me, Manchester City again showing everyone why they're such a well-run club. For 13 million, what a damn signing. He had Raheem Sterling for first half in his absolute pocket. He was solid, and Raheem Sterling had to shift to a different position to get something in the game because Akanji had him an absolute stranglehold. Akanji is superb. What a signing. When he was signed, we all were thinking, Akanji is a backup signing. Akanji won't do much. But the way City scout, the way City bring this place is insane. What a signing. And credit has to go to Pep Guardiola. People were laughing in Chelsea fan base. Nathan Ake, ha 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 ha. Right now, one of the best centre back in the league. One of the best left back in the league. Akanji, we could have signed him. No. We went for Koulibaly, we went for other players, and see what a gem he has been. And he would have been disastrous at Chelsea because we have no coaching and we have no structure. City are such well run, whether it's coaching, whether it's scouting, and Akanji has been one of the best signing for the money that's been brought in and the solidity he has provided to Manchester City. And the fifth thing we learned in this match was Raheem Sterling slowly getting back to the level we know he is. He was booed in the game when he was brought on against Bournemouth. He got the assist in that game. He scored 2 goals against Nottingham Forest in more like Sterling fashion. And again in this game, in the second half, Raheem Sterling showed what Raheem Sterling could do. He was the same old Raheem Sterling, making the right runs, getting in the right position but missing chances. But at least he was getting in the right position and causing chaos. And under a proper manager like Mauricio Pochettino, with players like Nkunku running in behind him, with players like Nkunku making runs and freeing the space up for Raheem Sterling, with next year most probably, if we sign a striker, if we have a proper midfield like a Enzo or a Lavia, Enzo or Ugarte, Enzo or a Caicedo, I think we have a very, very bright future. And a player like Sterling who makes the late runs into the box, whose pace can trouble the opposition, I think Pochettino will love him, and in a high pressing system, he could be very useful to us. In the last some matches, he has started playing well, and it's good to see Raheem Sterling coming into form because we will badly need him next season because the squad lacks a lot of experience. These were 5 things I learned in this game. If you have learned anything different, please put in the comment section. Please subscribe and like the video. Thank you and hope you have a great day. Thank you.